Yeah, they did it. Yes, they beat the champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Montreal Canadiens, won yesterday by a score of 5-4 and shootout in Tampa. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to tell you everything what happening between the Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning. OMG, they did it. They beat the Montreal Canadiens yesterday in Tampa by a score of 5-4. They play with 8 players under 24 years old. I'm going to talk more about that roster for the Martin St. Louis yesterday. And of course, before we leave, we jump for all the thing happening last night between the Canadiens and the Bulls. We want to remind you, don't forget, please, to click on the likes. Tell me what you think about this game. And finally, if you are not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe with the Hockey Nation Live Show channel. Let's dive in right away. The final score, you know already, by a score of 5-4. The first thing we do, you know, the drill here. We talk about what, Coach? We talk about the score sheet of the game. And right away, the Montreal Canadiens jump because they attack at the first drop puck at the game. The Tampa Bay took a penalty. Alex Killorn got a 2 minute for roughing in the corner. And the Montreal Canadiens got their first power play of the game. But unfortunately, they have 0 shot. We know they struggled on special team, on power play, and did not do anything. But they continued after that to play hard. Great opportunity for Montreal. Elliott make a big save. After 5 minutes, Montreal have 6 shots versus 1 only. And they press the Tampa Bay. But we have to wait at 8:57 to see the first goal of the game. This time is, of course, their captain, Steven Stamkos. A great goal. It's 32. It was a tic-tac-toe between Kucherov and Victor Hedman. We see this so many times for them. The champion of the last 2 years and NHL take the lead for the Tampa Bay by a score of 1-0. But again, the Montreal continues to play hard. And they don't worry about the score. They keep pressing for sure. And then we have to get a power play again, the second of the game. And this time was Steve Stamkos, got a 2 minute for tripping. And it was a good opportunity for Montreal to tie the game 1-1. But, yep, they gave a goal on the shot, and a turnover from Josh Anderson at the blue line gave a 2-1. And Nick Paul controlling the puck all the way only to the Jake Allen. Then at the last minute, passed the puck on the back end, and then Anthony Cirelli, here we go, hit the goaltender with the stick, bring Jake Allen in the net. Cirelli in the net also with the puck, and he scored to give the lead at Tampa Bay 2-0. Under review, challenge for the Montreal Canadiens. We know already Montreal is on power play, but you know what's happening because Montreal never win those challenges. They lost the challenge, the goal is good, and now they go on the penalty box for the 2 minute square the power play, 4 versus 4, and then the Tampa Bay are in the power play for the last 50 seconds. They did not score. They have a 1 shot on Jake Allen, and that's the only 2 goals we got during the first period. But the Montreal have a great period, 15 shots versus 11, couple of great saves of Brent Elliott. One again, Christian Devorek, guys, an amazing great save with a pad, then he hit the crossbar. We have Mike Hoffman miss an empty net at some point. Like I said, they play hard. The score don't show exactly what happening during that first period. Jake Allen make a couple of saves. And I really like Rempetlik with Suzuki and Caufield during the first period. We have to go all the way to second period. And during the second period, not much happening until we have a goal. And this time was Cole Caufield, a 2 versus 1. Rempetlik pass to Caufield. Caufield's coming, looking on the left side. Finally, rim the puck right away to crossbar and over the glove of Brent Elliott on the left shoulder. And that way, the Montreal cut the lead 5-1. And the score was 2-1. And then the Montreal got a penalty box. This time it was Rand Poland got a 2 minute right there. And during that power play, Tampa Bay don't easy. We know they have we always been have a great power play. This time it was a tic-tac-toe between Kucherov, Killorn, and Hedman. Great release of Kucherov to give his 12th of the season. Back the lead by 2 by a score of 3-1 at 11:34. But again, Montreal, like they do under Martin said, we never give up because 2 minutes, 22 seconds later, this time a shot for the blue line. Corey Schoenemann, his second goal of the game. Suzuki got an assist, but also Suzuki having a great play, screen completely. Elliott, he never saw the puck, to be honest with you, go over the glove, and that way cut the lead again for the 2-1, 3-2. And then 2 minutes later, less than 2 minutes, this time on breakaway, great pass by Hoffman. This time Josh Anderson scores 17 of the season, first goal in the last 9 games. Tied the game 3-3, a great shot over the glove. And at that moment, it was 3-3 after the goal of Anderson. Then during another power play for the Montreal Canadiens at the end of the game for too many men, I believe. At that moment, it was Brennan Point, second goal of the game for the Tampa Bay on power play. 27 of the season for Point. This time, Palat and Kucherov got an assist, gave back the lead by 1 goal. He completed the second period by a score of 4-3. But also, Tampa Bay have 18 shots during that period, 2 power play, and they scored twice during those power play situations. Montreal scored 3 goals during that game, during that period, have 9 shots on the Brent Elliott, and it was 4-3 after 40 minutes. During the third period, right away at the beginning, great play between Tyler Pitlick and Rand Pullen before he passed the puck. A great pass on the right side of Brent Elliott, and then quick release of Gis Alonen, scored second goal of the season. Almost blocked shot by Elliott, hit the blocker, but not good enough. The puck tipped the blocker, go inside the net, and tie the game 4-4. This is the only goal we have during that period, to be honest with you. Both teams have a couple of occasions, but both goaltenders keep the score tie until the horn song after 60 minutes. It was 4-4. The shot was 9-6. Having 10 Tampa Bay during the third period. No power play. And we have to go in overtime. During that overtime, I was pretty excited. Couple of play. Both teams got a couple of opportunities. A 2-1 example, a 3-2. But they missed the net. And a couple of times. But we have also a good save by Jake Allen. But not good enough to give the W for the Tampa Bay. And after the overtime, the 5 minutes, it was still 4-4. We have to go and shoot out. Tampa Bay start with Point, and then after that, Montreal with Caufield. Zip, no goal. Now they return with Kucherov. We go back with Rand Pitlick. Zip, no goal. And then the captain so many times for the Tampa Bay. Give the W, whatever it was, an OT and a shootout. But Jake Allen make a great save. Now it's time for Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki's coming with the puck at the red line. Carry on the puck and zip, 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 left, right, second. And then at last minute, he make a great back-end shot and score for the Montreal Canadiens to give that W by a score of 5-4. Great performance for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's dive in for the 3-star of the game, the third star, Nick Suzuki with a winning goal on shootout. Also have a 1 point and play the most minutes for the Montreal Canadiens. A great game overall for Nick Suzuki. The second star, Nikita Kucherov. 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points for them. Finally, the first star, the number 22, the rookie of the month of March. I'm talking about Cole Caufield, scores 15 goal of the season. Let's dive in now for the by numbers. We know the score 5-4. The shot was 41-31 advantage the Tampa Bay. The face-off was 53-47 for the HABS. The power play 0-2 Montreal, 2-3 for the Lightning. We have 6-minute penalty for Montreal, only 4 for the Tampa Bay. 32 hit for the Montreal, 30 for the Tampa Bay. The black shot, it was 15 Montreal, 12 for the Tampa Bay. Finally, 6 gave away puck for the Montreal, 5 for the Tampa Bay. The best for the Tampa Bay, Kucherov with 3 points. We have Edmund play over almost 27 minutes during that game. And finally, Cernak shot 5 times on Jake Allen. full, and also the goaltender Elliott have a save percentage of 8.71. For the Montreal Canadiens, many players have a 1 point. Caufield shot 4 times on Elliott. Suzuki played almost 23 minutes. And finally, Elliott saved 37 of the 41 shot he faced yesterday for a save percentage of 9.02. It's time for what? For the Frenchie corner. Montreal 1-5-4 in shootout. Montreal have 8 players under 24 years old in the lineup. Amazing. Jordan Harris played his first game in NHL. Rand Pullen back in the lineup for them. Dauphin and Whiteman was out. But what I like is the way the Montreal Canadiens come back during that game by some deficit, by 2 or by 1. Example, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2, 4-3, and finally win and shootout. I tell you right now, Saint is under Martin Saint-Louis team that the Montreal continues to never give up. They always try to come back. I love how Martin coached his team. Talking about Martin Saint-Louis, just a couple of points when I listen him or watch the press conference, couple of things what he said. He talked about, I love the way we play tonight. First of all, we learned for the last 2 games. Secondly, it's a little step forward. The little step we learn every game to make us better. I love the way we play tonight, 5 versus 5. We dominate them on 5 versus 5. We gave 2 goals on the power play, and I love the way we did. Secondly, I love the details tonight. I love how we engage against them. I love the effort. Remember, this is the 5 game in the last 8 nights for us, and we got 5 points. If we said this before we play 5 games, we had got 5 points, I would not believe it. And we did it. We beat a couple of great teams, the Tampa Bay, the Toronto, and I love the way we played tonight, by the way we engaged. We never gave up, and we pushed hard the 60 minutes. It was a great effort overall for the team. He talked also about the fact the performance of Jordan Harris yesterday, the Justin Barron, also the core of the defensemen in front of Jake Allen, and finally a good performance, Jake Allen, between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens. He said, no, I was not nervous to see Jordan Harris on the overtime. He said, listen, the kid play many games in NCAA and overtime, sometimes 4 minutes per game. He know exactly, he just need to, it's NHL, but he know what's going on during the OT, so I want to talk about something he talked during the press conference, and I'm going to shifting a couple of words. Stick on the process, not on the score. Coach love to use this term, or they would say process driving versus the result driving. What are you talking about? The process, guy, is what you apply every single day. During the game, but most during the practice. And you have to love the process. So what are you talking about? Love to go to the practice, smile at the practice, be positive at the practice, enjoy it, and play your practice like it was a game. And that's called the process, off ice, on ice, at the gym, the way you do every single day. That's how the process versus the driving or the result driving. So when you look about the outcome, all right, the result driving is when you only focus on the score. Oh, we're losing 2-0. Oh, it's 2-2. You focus on the thing, you're not in charge, you're not in control. And that's what I love. I always talk to my players, love the process. Don't worry about the score, because he would take care about himself if you love the process. And it's exactly what the words of Martin Saint-Louis yesterday. Great analysis from Martin Saint-Louis. He talked also about the Tampa Bay Lightning, the powerhouse of that team, what they became since he left that organization, the way they become one of the best teams in NHL, because they applied great techniques by the staff management, by the staff coaching also. So they did really well on the trade, on the UFA, and also how they develop their players. So this is a great example as an organization like us to learn from them. And that's the way we need to become one day. And finally, not give any excuse for the Tampa Bay, and not to give out what the Montreal did yesterday, but it was a back-to-back game for the Montreal Canadiens. Whatsoever is, again, the Chicago, Montreal, or the Toronto, it's hard to play back-to-back in NHL. Secondly, it was also not Vasilevsky, it was Brendan Elliott. But I don't want to don't give credit or discredit what he accomplished, Elliott. I believe if this game go on overtime for the Tampa Bay, because the brio or the way Brendan Elliott did yesterday against the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, I want to remind you, Montreal Canadiens will come back home now after a full game on the road. They're going to play again the Tampa Bay, again the Ottawa Senators Tuesday night, April 5th, and Montreal Canadiens. Guys, great performance for the Montreal Canadiens. Again, the Tampa Bay Lightning won by a score 5-4 and shootout. But before we leave, we want to remind you, yes, don't forget to click on the likes. Yes, click also on subscribe. And yes, of course, tell me what you think about the Montreal Canadiens. And yes, finally, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. I look forward for the next video with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchie.